Word stress patterns and phrasal verbs. Hello and welcome back to our English language learning series. In today's video, we will be exploring an important aspect of English pronunciation: word stress patterns and phrasal verbs. Understanding word stress is crucial for effective communication and natural-sounding English. So, let's dive right in. Before we delve into phrasal verbs, let's briefly revisit the concept of word stress. In English, certain syllables in words are stressed or emphasized more than others. This stress pattern can vary depending on the word type and the number of syllables. For instance, in a two-syllable word, we often stress the first syllable, while in a three-syllable word, the stress usually falls on the first syllable as well. However, in longer words, the stress may shift to other syllables based on specific patterns or rules. Phrasal verbs are a combination of a verb and one or more particles, typically prepositions or adverbs, that together create a different meaning than the individual words would convey. These expressions play a vital role in English, as they are used extensively in both formal and informal contexts. To better understand the stress patterns in phrasal verbs, we need to identify the two main types: phrasal verbs with stress on the verb and phrasal verbs with stress on the particle. In phrasal verbs with stress on the verb, the primary emphasis is placed on the main verb of the expression. The particle that follows the verb usually receives secondary stress or reduced stress. Let's look at an example. Example: break up, phrasal verb with stress on the verb. In this example, the stress falls on the verb, break, while the particle, up, is unstressed. Remember, when pronouncing phrasal verbs with stress on the verb, give extra emphasis to the main verb and reduce the stress on the particle. In contrast, phrasal verbs with stress on the particle place the primary emphasis on the preposition or adverb that follows the verb. The verb itself receives secondary stress or reduced stress. Let's see an example. Example: put off, phrasal verb with stress on the particle. In this example, the stress is on the particle, off, while the verb, put, is unstressed. When pronouncing phrasal verbs with stress on the particle, remember to give extra emphasis to the preposition or adverb and reduce the stress on the verb. As with any aspect of language, there are exceptions and variations to the general patterns. Some phrasal verbs may have equal stress on both the verb and the particle, while others may have different stress patterns depending on regional or individual accents. It's important to be aware of these variations and adapt to the context in which you are communicating. Listening to native speakers and practicing with a variety of resources will help you develop a better understanding of these nuances. Congratulations! You have successfully explored the world of word stress patterns and phrasal verbs. Understanding and correctly pronouncing phrasal verbs will significantly enhance your spoken English skills. Remember to pay attention to whether the stress falls on the verb or the particle and practice pronouncing them accordingly. Thank you for watching this video. We hope you found it helpful and that you'll continue to expand your English language skills. Stay